So, what was that like when you got that call about your poor brother? What when was it you got that call, and what was that like? You
Oh,
know, how
it was, mm, I will never forget where I was when I got the call, because I was actually working, and so it was really hard to think that my brother had a sickness that was going to eventually possibly take his life. It was very, very sad. It was in, I believe, in June of last year, 2012. And yeah, I guess I really didn't believe it for a while, but I did cry quite a lot that day. But I really didn't hit home until after he'd went through chemo for quite some time, and the chemo didn't work. They said that after his first checkup from doing chemo, radiation, and all that, that his tumor had grown 25% larger. So at that point, after I was praying for a wonderful test results, and that I just knew in my heart that they were going to be, you know, he's practically cured by now, kind of thing. So I was very heartbroken. I was, at that point, I pretty much knew that God needed him more than we did, and it was God's timing that he go home, and
so is
that
there
was
like
hard.
when you were praying, you talk you prayed a prayer that and you just felt like
I knew he was going to be, yeah, it was just like, well, he's healed, this is good, you know, God will get the glory, you know, and it'll
well,
be
I mean,
wonderful.
when you prayed for your brother and you had this knowing that God was going to take him home to him, um, how, what happened?
Well, that just takes a lot of faith. I mean, you believe
No, I mean,
with all that you are.
no, I mean for your own from your own
That,
experience. You were sharing earlier. You were praying and you said a lot of prayers.
yeah. Yeah, well, they say, well, at the very beginning, they said that he had the kind of cancer that just doesn't really go away. And chemotherapy is an option, but it'll still probably take his life. But I know I got a powerful God, so I prayed while I was younger, and me and my sisters and everyone, and we prayed night and day for quite a long time, and my mother was healed. So I just had faith that, they sent my mother home to die at 90 pounds after being almost 200 pounds. So um, we have mighty faith that God can move mountains, and that He would actually do this. But for whatever reason, it's God's choice, and we just got to trust God that He knows what He's doing.
And you did. And you trusted
Yeah,
God
yeah,
because of your prior experience.
wholeheartedly. And when I found out the news, I was very heartbroken.
It was hard. But you went there,
Yeah.
not knowing how long you're going to be gone.
Yeah, I didn't go until, well, I had a family. I had things I needed to do, and my own situation that I needed to work, and do things. So I didn't come down until, I didn't go to Oregon to help my brother or do anything with family until November, just after Thanksgiving. And they were saying they weren't sure if he was going to make it to Christmas, and that he probably would be gone by New Year's. So you're going, okay. But then I got a phone call saying he may not make it a week. So it's like, oh, wow, okay, I'm heading down right now. I'm on my way. And I actually made my plans to go about 5 days after that, and my mother called and said, "Can you get here any sooner?" I'm like, "Ah." So I went ahead and changed my plans by 2 days, I think, and went down 2 days earlier, and because we were expecting, the worst. And well, I sat with him and helped him through this time of life, and there was lots of prayers for his comfort and for his salvation, to make sure that he was saved and that he knew the Lord. And I sat with him many nights, and to begin with, me and my sister sat with him for the first couple nights that I actually took care of him, and I watched how things were done and could give him his medication and things like that. And then I had to do it alone. It was very scary, because we were all expecting him to go any minute, and it was like, well, he's going to die on me. I just know it, he's going to go on my watch. Oh my heavens. And everybody go, "Just give us a call. We'll be there in 5 minutes or less, so don't worry about it. We'll be there very quickly. If anything goes wrong, just call us." But of course, you had to stay awake all night, so that was tough. It was very hard to stay awake and keep focused, and little game things and Bible reading. Well, reading was kind of hard because it was dark, because he wanted the lights out. So, but anyway, I managed to stay there for 11 weeks. And he passed away January 18th, and God was so gracious to all of us, because each one of us girls, we wanted to be there for him, and we wanted to be there for him when he passed. I don't know what kind of a thing that is, but none of us wanted to miss that. Odd as it may seem, but we so it's like, I had just gotten off the night shift, so I went home. I went to my mother's, and I went to bed for half hour. I said, "Mom, couldn't you just wait a half an hour, and I'll come with you?" Because one of my nieces had come in, and that I hadn't seen for a while. I said, "Just wait, just give me 20 minutes of rest, and I'll be good to go." And so I went, took my little nap, and they were about ready to leave without me, and for some reason I went, "Oh, no, I'm not going to let them leave without me." So I jumped up and got out and headed down the road, and so there was me, my mom, one of my sisters, and a niece. And by the time we got there, was it had just starting, my brother was just starting to decline. And so it was my sister Diana and my sister Jeanette were actually taking care of him. And so me and my mom and my sister and my niece showed up. So we are all pretty much there. God just orchestrated it. He started to decline this minute we got there, not very long before we got there. And one of my sisters said, "Call the last sister that wasn't there." And I called her, and she came right over, so all of us were there when he passed, even my mother, which we didn't even want her to be there because we were afraid how it might affect her. Yeah, and it was finally ended after 11 weeks.
And you didn't plan on being gone that long. What was it like working together with your family that close in such close quarters? Was there any friction or anything like that?
We all held it in pretty well. There was a few little, what about this kind of thing, but no, we all were very cordial and had lots of respect for each other, and we all knew what we had to do, and it was really a team effort, and I just have the most wonderful family in the world. I really do.